Hello, I'm Kjartan, and today I'm going to show you one of my favourite number tricks. It's the 22 trick. You'll find out why it's the 22 trick in a minute. And what I'd normally do, I'd do it on stage, and I'd pick out 3 people, and they've each got to give me a different number between 1 and 9. Well, there's no audience here and no people, so my help for volunteers is going to be one of my favourite things. It's just a pack of cards, okay? Here's another of my favourite things. You might have seen it before. Just see what noise it's going to make today. Sounds a bit grumpy, doesn't it? Anyway, the pack of cards, I'm going to use 9 cards from the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if they haven't got too mixed up, hopefully those are the 9 numbers between 1 and 9. Yeah, they're all in the wrong order, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle them up even more, pick 3 of them, and then do the trick. Here we go, watch this. There's the first one, and it's the 3. Pick that one. What's that one? That's a 6. And pick the top one. Why not? Nobody ever picks the top one. So we've got 3, 6, and 7. I don't need those cards. Those 2 cards, you'll see what they're for later, okay? So 3, 6, and 7. What I've got to try and do now is make 6 2-digit numbers using these digits. So best way to do it is I've covered up that one. That is 3 and 6 is 36. Okay, now I'll cover up that one. 6 and 7 would be 67. Cover up the one in the middle. 3 and 7 is 37. Oh, your writing's better than mine. And now, if I swap these 2 over, if I cover up that one, I get 76. I have to move these down now. If I cover up that one, I get 63. And if I cover up the one in the middle, I get, can you see it there? I've got 73. So that's 73. Okay, and the final thing I've got to do is I take the 3 cards here, 7 and 6 and 3, and I add them up. 7 plus 6 plus 3 equals 13. I'll make it 16. I hope you agree with me, okay? I'm going to put a little circle around it because we need that 16 in a minute. Right, the cards have done their job, and if that's the audience, they can go back to their seats. What I'm going to do now is if I add up all those 6 numbers, and I'm actually going to be, should I do it with the calculator? I'll tell you what, I won't even use a calculator. Let's try and do it properly. 6 plus 7 is 13, 13 plus 7 is 20, 26, 29, 32. Ooh, I'm on form today. So 2 goes down there, a little 3 to carry there. 3 plus 7 is 10, 16, 23, 26, 32, 35. Okay, so that's 352. That's that number there. What I do is I now take that number and divide it by that number. So 352 divided by 16. And for this one, I will use the calculator so we can all see what's going on. Where's the calculator? Can you see that? We put in 352 divided by 16 equals, can you see that answer there? Now, you may be wondering what these 2 little cards are doing here. I'll show you. Ta-da! And that's why it's called the 22 trick. Remember, those cards were sitting there all the way from the start. It doesn't matter which 3 numbers you start off with, you're always going to get the same answer, 22. Just follow the instructions exactly, and bing, there you are. But why do we always get 22? That's a little bit more complicated. I'm going to try and explain it to you now. If you understand the explanation, well done. If you don't understand it, don't worry, you can still do the trick. Let's have a look at the sums again. If you look in the units column here, there's 2 6s, 2 7s, and there's 2 3s. So there's a 6, there's a 7, and there's a 3. Supposing we just had 1 6 and 1 7 and 1 3 and added them up, we'd have got to 16. And then if you remember what we do, we divide by whatever that is, 16. So 16 divided by 16 would have made 1. But in fact, we've got 2 lots of everything. 6, 6, 7, 7, 3, 3. So we've got 2 lots of that. So instead of getting 16, we actually have that times by 2. We get 32. But then when we divide that by the 16, it makes 2. And that's why we get 2 in the units column at the end, yeah? But in the tens column, it's exactly the same. We've got 2 3s, 2 6s, 2 7s, and if you follow the same argument through, when we divide by 7 plus 6 plus 3, it goes in twice, and we got 2 in the tens column. That's why the answer is 22. Right, well that's how it works with numbers, particularly 3, 6 and 7, but I've got to show you how it works for any numbers, and this is where we have to look at a bit of algebra. In algebra, we don't use different numbers, we're going to use 3 different letters, and I could choose any letters I like, but I'm going to choose X, Y and Z. Okay, so each of those letters represents a different mystery number. Now the first job is we need to make 6 different 2-digit numbers, so we put them together in every combination we can. So there's XY, XZ, YX, YZ, ZX, and the last one would be, ZY. So that's our 6 different 2-digit numbers. So what we do first of all is we add those up. And if you look, it's just like when we had the numbers. When we add them up in the units column, we've got 2 Ys, 2 X's and 2 Z's. And so we can write this in algebra like this. There's a 2 and then X plus Y plus Z. So that shows that we've added each of those numbers together twice. Now at the end of the trick, we added those 3 numbers together and divided it into that. So in other words, they go down there. That's a dividing line. If I do that, X plus Y plus Z, that's those added up. And here's the beautiful thing. In algebra, if you divide that by that, the same thing, X plus Y plus Z divided by X plus Y plus Z, it doesn't matter what the letters mean or what they are. If it's the same thing, hey, it just cancels. And all we've got left is the 2. We do the same thing for the tens column and we get another 2 there. And even though we don't know what numbers the X, Y and Z represent, they've disappeared. It doesn't matter. We always get 22. Well, if you did understand it, well done. If you didn't understand the algebra bit, don't panic. Of course, you can still do the trick. Just find somebody, a friend, anybody you like. Get them to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 9. Do that, and then have 22 written down somewhere secretly, and then go, da-da, 22 at the end, and they're going to think it's brilliant, okay? Did you understand the explanation? I didn't think it would. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.